Welcome everyone to Barrett's Memorial, Connecting with Hawaii. We have several people from different coasts here, including the High Vibe tribe, and Kaimi is on screen right now. And we will be starting Barrett's Memorial soon. And his parents are here, Casey and Bear Tanger.
Casey, thank you. That was great to hear.
Oh, hi. How are you?
Finally, I'm on with you.
Yay.
We've got our little technical process in gear, and everybody can hear everything now. Thanks for your patience, and thanks for making good use of that time talking together. I really appreciate that. That's why I put the recording on, because I wanted to hear those things too that you were sharing. Really appreciate that. And we will have time for more sharing as well. I do want to get started for the ceremonial part of our gathering here. And we are indeed very blessed to be in this beautiful day at Magic Island. So is everybody here ready? Do you want to gather around? We're going to kind of flow with when Kiana gets to sing and share her music with us, and when we do the speaking parts. But I'm going to open it up right now. So thank you so much for gathering together. It really warms my heart to be with you all. It's so important and meaningful to me to be with you. And as we remember and honor Barrett, just your presence here is a blessing, and it's an honoring of him and also of each other, all of us who love him. To be able to gather together is soothing to the heart. So thanks for taking the time to be here today. I know that Barrett is here too in spirit, so I'm going to address him, if I may. I'm going to greet him and say hello. Dear Barrett, I love you. I honor you. I love you so much. I imagine that I speak for many that I'm so very sad to lose you from my earth life. Yet I trust that you did what you came here to do. You were very, very successful and had an enormously positive impact on so many. And now you have graduated, and I congratulate you and I honor you. And I rejoice in knowing that you had a great celebration party to welcome you and honor you on the other side. And thank you for all the love that you expressed and embodied and taught and shared. And I know that the effect of your love continues to ripple out through the cosmos as well as through humanity here. We all treasure the time that you shared with us, and your loving presence is deeply missed. Yet I will do my best to remember that you are still with us. Your love goes with us and all of us. And I know I can call on you. And I do thank you for your being with us in spirit. And I do open to receive your guidance. I know that we are here on a free will planet, so we need to ask. And you're not allowed to help us unless we ask. So right now I'm asking and opening to receive that guidance from your even broader perspective. I mean, loved your guidance on the earth plane, but I know it's even better now. So I'm so grateful for that, and for everyone to be able to call on him as well. I really feel that deeply, that he is here for us, and so grateful for that. So before we go further, I'm going to just take a little moment of silence for all of us to just enter the stillness of our hearts, and possibly Barrett will give you a message. But just to take a moment to breathe and ground and center ourselves into this gathering together. Mahalo. Together here, our hearts are woven together in our common love and care. And here we can take that strength of being together to open ourselves to all the feelings that come up and allow ourselves to feel the um, okay, wind is joining us right now, uh, joining with our hearts together. Thank you, wind. um, I know that Barrett is light and joyful right now and wants us to be as well. So um, I am allowing my ability to be with you all to lift my heart and be that joyful light being that I know he wants us all to be. And I have a prayer. Dear God, Keokua, Divine Spirit, I do call on your strength. As we honor Barrett, I face my loss of him and I feel my grief. And I know that this is the time to feel it and allow these feelings to flow here while we're all gathered together for a common purpose. This is the time to honor my and our sadness and loss and regret, to honor these feelings by allowing them to flow and by knowing that they are the natural expressions that flow from our deep love for Barrett, my deep love for Barrett, you, Barrett. And Barrett knew, as we have all known, burdens and despair, joy and excitement, weakness and strength, sorrow and celebration. Let's all remember and give thanks for all the helping hands and love and kindness that has soothed us, that soothed Barrett and soothed us through our times of challenge. May we remember to be kind to ourselves. And oh, dear God, we give thanks for Barrett. He came from thee and he created such a gloriously unique and beautiful, precious window of the soul for so much precious divine light to shine through and so many rainbows of colors. And we pray that in our time together today, our light will be brightened by this gathering. And may we feel the oneness of being with Divine Creator and all of us in our hearts together. Amen. We are celebrating Barrett, and we're going to hear from many people honoring and celebrating him, I hope. And yet, at the same time, we're allowing ourselves to feel sadness and loss at this time. And so I wanted to have a time for giving time for that. And so if there's something that was unsaid or undone, we have an opportunity to express that now. If there's something we wish we could have said to Barrett or done for him or with him, and we didn't get a chance to, we can tell him now, and he will hear us, and we can have that moment of saying to him what we would like to say. And then if there's anything we wish we hadn't said or hadn't done, this is the time we can give an apology if we need to. And this is a time that we can acknowledge ourselves and forgive ourselves and know that we've done the best we could with what we knew or didn't know at the time. And just take a moment to silently let go of anything that we might regret. Because I know that's what he wants for us, and he's He's communicating with me a little bit right now, assuring me of that, indeed. Some of you may not know that I am a minister, so I've done a number of memorial services in the past. This is one of my favorite parts where I say, if there's something you wish Barrett could have said to you that he didn't get the chance to say to you, you wished he could have, we can now ask for that and, and imagine that he is saying it to you because he will be very happy to, I know. So I'm going to take a moment in silence for that as well. So I want to once again give thanks that the power of love can heal us and light our way. And I want to now move on to gratitude and appreciation, which is so soothing to hear. First, I want to give thanks to Casey and Barrett's parents for bringing him into the world, loving him through his many unusual and unexpected journeys, and caring for him so lovingly in his final days. Thank you so much for your love and care and presence. We also give thanks that Barrett's free of pain and suffering now. He is in a great place. So feeling so much love and freedom. And most of all, we give thanks for Barrett's whole life here on earth, for all the love that he shared, all that he learned, and all that he taught. And he did teach many, and he will continue to teach many more. Thanks to Emily Blake. Thank you so much, Emily, for that fabulous gift of creating that website for his teachings. And I love the name of it, iloveyoucompletely.com. And we give thanks for everything he accomplished, provided, gave, all that he loved, and all the magical moments he experienced and all the miracles in his life. And I know there were very, very many. In a few moments, I will invite everyone to share their celebrations and memories. Whoever would like to speak about that and share any happy memory or fun times. But before that, I'm just going to take a moment to each of us give a chance to thank Barrett in our own hearts in silence. It's something that we really appreciated, that he has gifted us anything of any kind, small or large, just to be able to ground that in and feel that, express that right now to Barrett. Mahalo. And a short prayer. Dear God, thank you so much with breath. We give thanks that Barrett is now in your embrace and that he continues to be the shining light of love and grace. Mahalo, mahalo, mahalo. Amen. So now I'm going to invite anyone who wants to speak, and I have something I want to share as well, but I don't want to be the first. So if there's anybody else who has anything to say, and we're going to, of course, invite the internet audience. So let's see, is there anybody here first who would like to speak before I turn it over there? Not right now, not yet. Okay, great. So, Rainbow, did I lose him? I want to be able to hear everyone who's on the video conference. And I guess we'll just allow it to flow, just whoever wants to speak. Rainbow?
Yeah.
I want to invite people on the Zoom to speak now.
Okay.
How do we do that? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, just unmute yourself. You can speak. Sorry. I did know that. So if anybody wants to share anything. Okay, we're not quite hearing. Yeah, we're not quite hearing you, so we're going to make an adjustment here. It's a little bit hard for me to see the screen and to see what's happening with you all.
We were hearing people speak before. Is there anybody actually speaking?
Okay. Can you shade the screen so I can see? Okay. Any volunteers? Raise your hand. Okay, it's okay if no one is, but I want to make sure we can hear you if you are.
Somebody do a mic check. Make sure our equipment's working.
Oh, yeah.
Hello.
There you
Hello. Yay. It's
Hello.
Thank you so much.
Does that mean I'm starting?
Yes, if you have something to share, please hear from you.
Since we did a mic check. Just so much love for our beloved Care Barrett. What a beam of light. What a sparkly unicorn. I think the unicorn in me acknowledges and recognizes the unicorn in him. It was a mutual namaste unicorn. The moment we met, we hugged. So impacted so many lives. And a while ago, we had a conversation, and I said, in the 30 years that I'd been working in the healing arts, all the people that I've met, I said, maybe there are two people, three, two people that I could think of that were the real deal. A lot of people claim to be intuitive or have these gifts or whatever. And he was so embodying love. And he didn't have to talk about it because he was the living embodiment of it. And I love hearing all the stories of everyone saying that they felt so safe around him and so seen by him. It's like that's a theme that you are hearing across these past couple of weeks since he passed by everyone, is they felt so safe and so seen and so loved by him. And me too. And I love that about him. And he doesn't know this. but and his parents don't know this, that I was really, really working on feeling well enough to go surprise him. Probably would have coordinated with his parents, but to go down and see him before he passed. I didn't actually know that it was that close. And so I was really working on getting well enough to drive down there and to see him in the hospital, because I had just gotten out of the hospital myself, and I knew that journey, and we had been texting back and forth on my healing journey and his healing journey. And I told myself, I think I'll be well enough by mid-April to go see him, or not mid-April, mid-November to go see him. And then he passed, and it broke my heart that I didn't get to say goodbye. So, and so now we communicate in a different way. But the blessings of Barrett just continue, because he has brought people into my life, goddesses, girlfriends, all of you, that I had been wanting to know, and I thought I would someday. He also didn't know that I had planned to be well enough to go to Hawaii to meet the Hawaii tribe, because he had told me so much about them and all of his experiences and rituals and looking out over the ocean and drumming and the stars. And I so wanted to be a part of that with you all. And so now we do it in different ways. And we do this today with each other. And it's not quite what I had planned. So my heart aches, and yet my heart is so full. Because of the love of all of you and all of his love that radiates out through each one of our hearts is so connecting us and our paths and our journeys. And like you were saying, so grateful. I am so grateful. So I didn't get to say goodbye, but here we are in love. And my gosh, he was the real deal. Love that man and all his love.
Yes.
And all of his joy and all of the laughter, and his laughter will forever ring in my ears and in my heart.
Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And at my computer, I have this little sticker that he probably gave to a lot of other people that says, "Keep going, baby."
Yes. We have some stickers here we're handing out. Yes.
And we will. And we will do that. And we will do that with his love and with his guidance.
Yes.
Keep going, baby.
Mahalo.
Mahalo. Mm.
Who else on the video would like to speak?
Glenn wants to say something.
Yeah, we'll both go. I love that Barrett's one of those people who doesn't tell you how to live, but he just shows you how to live, not because he's trying to tell you, but just like we're all watching each other all the time. And you just look at him, and I see the way that he treats people, see the way that he encourages people. I see the way that he lives life. I see the way that he did so much. And it's I think we impact people a lot more than we realize, all of us. And it was in all the little things that he did. It's people like that many people you forget, but some people become a part of you, in life and in death. But I take that from him because he was such a beautiful person. In the way that he showed up for others, it made me want to rise up and be better. in the way that he was. So I just loved his example. Um, I love that whenever I was having a hard time, he met me right where I was at. He was never above me. He was right there with me. So how he would say, uh, "Come as you are." It always made me feel okay as I am. Like I'm not messing up. I'm not terrible. But he met me right where I was, and he was always better than I was able to be. Um, and so I appreciate that. He met me where I was at, and then we were able to rise up together. But it's almost like he, in his own way, like I don't know how he did it, but in his own way, he opened the path and allowed that part in me to rise up and become that. And so it was never about him, and that's also what I loved. It wasn't that he was the great person. It was something in him enabled something in me to become the greatest version of what it was. And I'm so grateful to him for that. It's such a gift when someone can do that. Um, and so Barrett was really truly one of a kind. He was really special. Um, so I'm just grateful for him for how he showed up for me every time. And I know that he knew a lot of people better than me, but he always treated me like I was the most important person in the world, which I found um, I always felt like I was the only thing in the world when he talked to me. And I thought that was kind of amazing. Um, God, when people do that, I really appreciate that. So again, kind of becoming the best versions of how I took from him. And I know everyone takes different things from him, but it's all the things that we need. So um, he was special, is still doing a lot of great things. So I'm
Mm.
I'm grateful for him, and I'm grateful for how he showed up to everyone. He's one of those people. I'm so grateful that like that he was able to show up to so many people. I'm so happy every single person that he was able to meet because he just made everyone better. He was just that person that made everyone better. So I,
Mm.
I really I really love him.
Mm.
He's great.
Wow, beautiful.
Can I say ditto to that, Glenn?
Yes.
Because
Amen.
I think you amen. So I think you said that online, and I felt that so deeply because every time I was with him, I felt like I became a better version of myself, and and he made me want to be a better person. And I would leave my interaction with him going, I need to step it up. He's out there getting stuff done, and he's giving and he's doing, and it's like I thought I was doing great, and then you're in the presence of him being so free and so aware and so much love, and I went, wow, that it just inspires my heart.
It
So
does.
he's
Yeah,
so free. He was so free.
yeah.
Oops.
Mm.
Oh, did we freeze? Oh, sorry, we froze for a moment. Sorry about that. I was like, everyone went still for a moment.
Mhm.
Oops.
If you want to say, I'm done.
Yeah, I just want to say briefly, just getting in touch with what's in my heart. You know, there were so many times where, the interaction that I was having with Barrett, because I was a client of his, right? I did a lot of sessions, a lot of courses, but I could also reach out to him at any time, and often he would surprise me by interacting with me right then. But I was often a mess, you know, like not in the greatest place, and I would be feeling really just. What I'm so grateful to Barrett is that I could show up just like, sorry, just like at my most vulnerable when I'm just really having a hard time. and really kind of freaking out. So there were times when I was just freaking out, just some health symptoms or some kind of emotional thing I was going through. And wow, it's like what Glenn said. I never felt like he was like met me as like sort of this like teacher overlord, you know what I mean? It was always like he was right there. And what was so amazing about Barrett is he would share his own vulnerable, like how he could relate to exactly where you were at that moment. So I didn't feel alone, and I also didn't feel less than or smaller than, I don't know. It's hard to articulate. I think you all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's just that safety. I could show up exactly where I was at, and he would just meet it completely with no judgment and total embrace and just right there. So, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Thanks.
I appreciate you sharing that, Emily. And I can relate very similarly, as Barrett was somebody that was there for me in some really, really difficult times, some really dark times. And he's one of very, very few people that know some very, you know, some very specific things about what I've been through in my life. And I can honestly say that I owe my life to him in some very deep ways, that I might not be sitting here, and connecting with everybody. I might not be on this plane if it weren't for Barrett at a few points in time. And I didn't have the opportunity to spend in-person time with him like a lot of his really good friends do. And I always wished that we were in proximity and could have spent that kind of fun time together and, done this stuff and hung out on the beach and, but I really shared not only the insights that he would, receive that were beneficial to people, but he just shared his life, right? He shared what he was eating. He shared the beautiful view. He shared so much about his life. And it inspired me in ways that I'm only now really realizing. And I have caught myself so many times over the years in a situation, and I just think like, well, what would Barrett do? And sometimes it's like a silly little moment, or other times it's like a really significant moment where I'm like, gosh, what would Barrett do? But when I imagine how he would show up to a moment, it really helps me to show up as my best self in that moment. And I think he just has this way of calling our best forward and helping us to embody the love that we all are, but it hasn't necessarily been modeled to all of us the way that he was able to model it to us. And so I'm just indescribably grateful for the opportunity to know Barrett in this lifetime. And the moment that I was aware of him at, a retreat in 2016, and I had no idea who this person was, but I was like, I really want to know this person. And I was so kind of honored that he was willing to also know me, because I think I initially had him up on a pedestal, but like others have already said, he didn't want to be on a pedestal. He never wanted anything. He had nothing to do with a pedestal at any point in time. Like he was just right there with us. And I think also received from us as well. And, it wasn't just one directional. You know, it was a mutual love and adoration, I think, for all of us. And I'm just now really kind of recognizing the depth of that. And so, Kami, thank you so much for organizing this and giving us the opportunity to come together in this way, because his Hawaiian Ohana is, so very, very special to Barrett, but also just the way you all allowed him to be himself and fully express and to live his absolute best life surrounded by, his tribe. Like that means a lot to me personally. And it's just an honor to be there with you tonight. So thank you. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Hello. Amen.
Anyone else over there want to speak out?
For me, the gift that Barrett gave me was to always return to my own guidance and my own my own knowing. He I mean, absolutely an example and such deep love. Sometimes I would get online with him and almost before he even started talking, I'd be in tears because that I could just feel that love. But for me, just for him to try and succeed so thoroughly at what I've needed all along is to just trust myself and follow my own guidance. That was huge for me. So thank you, Barrett. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That is a wonderful gift.
We don't see your video, Kami,
Oh, really? Okay. Thank you for letting
but we
me know.
hear you.
Yeah. Anybody else on the video conference want to share?
I'll share. I think it's my turn. So,
Yay.
so my name for anybody there, my name is Maria, and from the East Coast, from Manhattan. And the first time I met Barrett, it was at a MatCon event, and I was buying the ticket to get on the tram to go to the food trucks because we were on a lunch break. And I had a bracelet on that I had uniquely engraved, and the bracelet I wore was Cosmic Unicorn, which is my other name. It's my Instagram name. And he looked at my bracelet before even saying anything to me, and he touched my bracelet and he looked at me with just a head nod of recognition. And that's how our friendship began. And what I feel is so significant to say about Barrett is the amount of love and light that resonates from his soul and spirit is beyond human.
Mhm.
And what I want to acknowledge so many things about him. One of the most important being the courage it took to be himself, because we all live under societal norms, and he was always pushing the edge of who he truly is and was on so many levels, and wouldn't let other people's thoughts or images of him limit that. And you can see that through his style, even his laughter, his expressions, his gait, the way he walked. He just really owned his power. And I'm surprised, but not surprised. I'm also a fellow healer. At the accelerated rate of wisdom and intelligence that came through him the last couple of years, it was like God put him on this super highway to bring through the information and the teachings. And being that we're fellow healers, he was always just so beyond, in a very high dimensional level of consciousness and awareness, intelligence, that really goes beyond what is the norm, even in spiritual circles. And I really want to acknowledge what he went through in his own body, in his own system, nervous system, processing his own pain and his own trauma in order to bring through that level of important healing light from the higher realms.
Mm-hmm.
There are very few people that could really embody the Christ consciousness, the Christ heart, and the eyes of Christ that he saw through and that he walked with. The way I learned about his passing was I was in a book study about Christ. And the last 10 minutes of the book study, I shared with the group what it means to see with the eyes of Christ. And when you're willing to see with the eyes of Christ, what I experienced was this beam of light going down to my heart. Because the willingness to see with the eyes of Christ is not just a perspective, but it changes your being because you're embodying the light, the Christ light. And that's what Barrett was all about. And for us to be on the other side of his witnessing of the Christ eyes, what a beautiful and profound gift of love that he was able to shine on people. And when I tell people that he passed, I don't say my friend, I say my soul brother, my soul brother. And there's a part of me that, of course, on a human level, misses him and loves him so much. And then also on a soul healer level, deeply, deeply respects his expansive and hugeness on the other side. And there's a part of me in my spirit and in my heart that's with him on the other side, because I know he's not alone, but there's a part of me that's with him there in the ether, wherever he is. So he has part of his human tribe with him as well. And there was a week a few years ago where I had the privilege of leading some healing circles for a friend of his in Brazil. And Barrett was so excited. We were meeting on Zoom, and he was so excited that his third eye was like popping out through the Zoom screen. And I saw it and I said, Barrett, you need to relax your third eye so we could keep a balance here for the healing. And he chuckled and he understood, but that just shows how willing and generous he is and was and continues to be in his gift of healing to others. And with him being on the other side, I know many of us may have had experiences from his spirit, and I have myself, where he brings through teachings almost every day. And one of them that he gave to me was to humble myself. And he said to me, everybody deserves to be happy, Maria. And that really, really humbled me and opened my heart. I also felt him doing a lot of psychic surgery on me, especially clearing the cobwebs out of my nervous system and my brain. And a couple of weeks ago, I saw 2 different license plates on 2 different cars, and the license plates both said Blue Eyes. And I knew that was Barrett coming through with his signs. And a minute after I saw one of the plates, I was walking towards the supermarket because one of the cars was parked in the supermarket. And a song came on the loudspeaker. And the song is called I Love You for Infinity. And it's like a rave music, electronic music song. You can look it up on YouTube. And I was so blown away by the lyrics. Speaking of being blown away, I think Barrett was so ahead of his time and so futuristic that I had a lot of respect for him, but only now can I look back and really, really have a better understanding of what he was doing and bringing through. But in the moment, sometimes it's hard to really realize how much courage and energy it takes to speak outside of the norm and present his teachings and his love. I know that we all love him so much, and I love Barrett so much from here to infinity. And I want to thank you, Kaimi, as well as I want to acknowledge Kiana there. We've been in touch, and Barrett loves so many people around the world. I know I'm speaking a lot, but I really feel I want to be vocal about my love for Barrett and really respect his work here. And if it ever aligns, I would love to help continue to bring his teachings forward and call them the Barrett transmissions and hold meditations and hold silence for his work to come through the ether if it ever aligns. But that'll be my share. And I extend my love to you all in Hawaii.
Mahalo. Mahalo, mahalo. Yes, I say yes to that. Thank you for that offer. Love it. Yay. Beautiful. I feel that it might be my time to share because it sort of aligns with what we just heard. And I want to say that, yeah, how blessed have I been that I've known him for many years. And in 2020, he was a guest presenter at an event that I was hosting called Audio Oasis, the Hawaii Vibe Tribe monthly gathering. And his talk was entitled Remembering Heaven, Out of Pain into Playful Power. And he said it was that we could recognize that everything in our reality can be seen as heaven at play. And I was thinking in my grief in these recent weeks that that's a hard concept to grasp sometimes. But that really was his message and the world that he lived in and inspired in others to live in. Very, very special, beautiful level of awareness. And I often, when I addressed him, communicated with him, I would call him Brilliant Barrett. And yeah, I wrote this, so sorry if I'm reading. But I do seriously believe that he was one of the two most brilliant people I've ever met. And when I say brilliant, I mean he was smart, yes, intellectually. And I really consider his Harmony Project a wonderful example of his wisdom and intelligence. And I'm still hoping and expecting that the world will find out that about that and that they'll agree with me about that. Because I do think that it can still come through, even though he's not on the earth plane now. But I also meant brilliant in the sense that he's shown his light so brilliantly. And I agree with you, Maria, that he was kind of at the leading edge of teachings about the evolution of human consciousness and the embodiment of that evolution. During this pivotal time here on earth where we're shifting from fear to love, he demonstrated the process of embodying our higher self, our infinite self, our I am presence. And integrating and feeling and knowing the innocence of that pure, unconditional, infinite love. He really did help others feel that. And I'm going to quote him. He said, liberating consciousness faster than the fabric of the prior matrix can be maintained by fear. So yes, by his own embodiment, he helped us all feel and be that. And I was always extremely impressed with him as a medical mystic, that how he worked with his own body and healing his physical challenges by becoming more conscious of what he called the distorted biological codings of current human beliefs about our illnesses. And I'm going to quote him again. He knew how to use his own body, and he said, an anchor point to give the fear-based planetary grid data of the collective human beliefs to God's light for transmutation. And so with that ability to connect with God light, he would allow that to flow through him and, as he said, metabolize the distorted codings and then exhale the new codes of embodied consciousness. So he would connect with the collective consciousness as he did this and really make it easier for all of us to let go of our fear and trust in love. And he took on a lot of painful experiences doing that, because he knew that, as we all do, that fear is holding us back from the truth of who we are, the love of who we are. And I was celebrating him on his birthday. I was feeling very passionate about celebrating him on his birthday this past year in May. And I was literally crying as I told him that I was grateful to him, because I knew that his having taken on all the emotional and physical challenges of his mission was evidence that of how much he loved humankind, that he was willing to go through that for us, for all of us. And I felt, I mean, as we've all expressed here today, how much love he embodied. When he spoke at my event that night in 2020, he said, "At this time of extraordinary human ascension, my intention is always to bring ever clear insights that restructure the body's subconscious, so that we don't just know spiritual insights, but we're able to actually feel, express, and live in our spiritual birthright, with nothing left to hold us back from our most loving and playful power." I was blessed to know from the beginning of meeting him what an amazing gift he was. And it's been really hard for me to imagine him not on the earth plane, but I can do it. I can do it, Barrett. I know you're still with me, and we're still going to work together, even though not in the way that I expected. And I'm just ever grateful for you, Barrett, for your ability to hold and be and celebrate love. And I know that we all will continue your legacy through how we've been transformed by you, and how we will continue to be guided in our connection with you. So thank you so much, Barrett. And I'll try to keep my spirits up so I can actually hear you. I'm working on it. Kiana, is it your turn now, Barrett? Perhaps, would you like to come forward? And don't be shy if there's anybody else in the digital world there. We will have time. I'm very grateful to Kiana, because she's the one who introduced me to Barrett. She's the one who found him and brought him, helped with his finding home here in Hawaii, which has been so precious. Okay, she's going to do a sound check. So if you don't know Kiana, she's an amazing singer-songwriter, beautiful voice, and truly a radiant light in the world as well. And I'm so grateful that we have her here today, and she wants to share her music, which I'm grateful for. And she's got albums out. She's got YouTube videos. She's amazing. I really recommend her albums. from when she was 12. She's got music recorded and available. Kiana Luna. And as you may have heard, if you were at the Saturday service, she met him when he was working in the bookstore, the Crystal Shop, bookstore and Crystal Shop. Anyway, and they connected immediately, and they were also two unicorns vibing together.
Unicorns unite.
Unicorns unite.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, unicorns are real. They're just in a different dimension, and they're all about the love in the heart. And I don't know if you know that the national animal of Scotland is the unicorn. So they know that it's true, that there are truly unicorns in our world, just in a different dimension.
Thank you for that. Now I know where to move to.
Oh no, we need you here. So how are we doing, Kia? Almost there. Okay. So I have one more thing I can share while I have this opportunity. It's something that I've needed to hear recently because I've really had a challenging time recently for a number of reasons, but mostly because I really did not expect Barrett to be leaving the Earth plane, and it really knocked me for a loop. So this is some guidance from him that he sent out in an email in February of 2021. So I'm quoting Barrett. Be sure to take care of yourself. Receive the value of rest and be gentle with yourself. And if you can't be gentle with yourself, be gentle about that and find the smallest amount of gentleness that you can access and begin there. It doesn't matter how much or little it is, because gentleness need only the most subtle whisper in your being to command everything into an alignment of relaxation and expansion by the grace of the goodness that you are discovering once again. So I think Kiana's ready. True. Are you ready? Almost ready. So we're going to reorganize a little bit right now. I'm going to move location. And that question you had, could you come to this? I'm going to just get out of the way. It's okay, but you can come here or whatever. You can know
I have that going this way. Can people hear me on the live stream? Can you guys let us know? Can you guys hear that? Is that audible? Such a blessing and beautiful, magical honor to be here at this, well, at Magic Island, celebrating my fellow unicorn brother. It's been a few weeks of a lot of tears, a lot of processing, but yeah, I feel like today the sun has come out and I feel his sparkles everywhere. I put sparkles all over these collages I made that we'll share at the live stream in a bit. But yeah, when I think of Barrett, I think of golden light and rainbow sparkles. And When I visited him for about 5 weeks in the hospital over the summer, I sang to him and I brought him crystal bowls and I did crystal bowls and gave him massages and got to spend a lot of beautiful time together. It was really sacred and really precious to me. Because previously he'd been gallivanting the world and being his wonderful, amazing self in all the places he wanted to explore. And yeah, I was able to really tune in with him and just be really present for the first time in a long time. And this is one of the songs that I sing to him, my favorite mantra. I invite you to take some deep breaths with me. Breathe into the presence that is the infinite source of Barrett, our Barrett. He's in the wind. He's in our breath. He's in the spaces in between. When we smile and when we cry. When we think of all the memories that we shared with him and all the ones that we wish we could have. And all the things that we're doing to expand our light in this world. And expand on his legacy that he left in each one of us. I invite you to breathe that brilliance in, because we are all part of that cycle. Mhm. Oh, the sun just set. Oh, so precious and beautiful. Wow, what a day. I I didn't sleep at all today. That's why I'm not at my best. I apologize for my my straining, but I really wanted to sing today. It's the first time I've sung in about 4 months. But I was like, no, I must sing. I must bring through the light transmission, share with you all, and I'm so grateful. I did my best. And if you want me to sing at the end, at some point, there was one more song I wanted to do, but it's up to you how you want to do the flow. So, what do you want to do? Thank you all so much for being here with us.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You have more things to share, right?
Mahalo, Kiana. Your voice is beautiful, Kiana. Thank you. And so, if there's anyone else in the oh, Julie, I see your name is now on our screen as the featured speaker. Would you like to say more, perhaps? Or is there anyone else on the video conference who'd like to say more about their time with Barrett or anything else? Or anything here, anyone here in person who'd like to also share anything? If not, that's fine. I'm going to have a few closing words for this ceremony of honoring and celebrating Barrett. The wind has again picked up and the light is dimming, but it's gorgeous here. So grateful. So I have a little bit of scripture to share, just to bring the joyful aspect back. This is from the book of Isaiah, book 55, and addressing this to Barrett. For you shall go out in joy and be led back in peace. The mountains and the hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees of the field shall clap their hands. Here we are in the beauty of nature, and I know all of nature is also celebrating Barrett. Nature is very alive for us here in Hawaii, and it was alive for him as well. Very much so. And to address Barrett once again, please know, as you take the next steps on your spiritual journey, our love goes with you. And here we give thanks for all your gifts and the many more. All of us here give thanks for your gifts and the many more who knew and loved you over the many years, the 33 years. Also, thank you for your gifts. And the many more who will come to know your teachings, either directly from your own words or through so many of us who loved you and learned from you, love you and learned from you. We all give thanks for your gifts. Thank you for your deep and wise love. We all wish the best for you on your continuing journey of love and joy. And as I said before, I'm on the team to help with your mission. And a closing prayer. Oh, Ariana. Okay, great. No. I would love for you to come right now. So Ariana is my beloved Rainbow's daughter, and very grateful that she's here. She's a precious treasure in my life. You can sit here, okay? For the microphone.
Hello. I don't think that Barrett and I ever exchanged even one word while he was on the Earth plane. But I felt that I should come and speak because I've seen and felt the impact that he's had on the lives of all of you who are here now today, but especially in the life of Kaimi. Kaimi is one of the dearest people to me in this life. And I'm just so grateful to you, Barrett, for the clear love and weight of care that you've brought to the life of someone who is so dear to me. And yeah, full of like just boundless gratitude in this moment. Kaimi, when you first made space at the beginning of the ceremony for like to welcome him in and to just our first kind of moment of pause and silence, instantly I felt him right away. Like just in these shivers throughout my whole body. And throughout this time, it kind of felt him come into my field and then like go over here and then come back and say like, hey, and then go over here. Which is so interesting because that's like, yeah, not usually an experience that I have or have had very much in my life. Very impactful this moment and like the little conversations that he and I have been having like over the course of the ceremony. Yeah, and just yeah, that I spoke to him about you a little bit, and it was just, he was just very clear in his like, Kaimi is so beloved to me, like so important and it's just extremely clear. So thank you so much, Barrett, for all of the work that you did in 33 years while you were here living this life. Thank you so much for all of the work that you continue to do. Thank you for all of the ripples that radiate out into the cosmos and into my heart and the heart of those who have known you. Can't overstate the importance and the specialness. And I will leave it at that. Thank you. All my love.
Thank you, Ariana. That was beautiful to hear. And I too have heard from Barrett. Not as directly, but through another friend who is very open to the spiritual realm. And yeah, I really felt his love coming through. And he did express his desire to be of service to us here on the earth plane, and to me specifically, that he was grateful for my service to him, and he wanted to be of service to me and help me. And it just was so delightful to hear and feel that from him. It was unexpected. But I'm very grateful, and I believe he can. I really do. I think he can be of great service to us where he is now. In fact, one of my friends called recently and said that another friend who was young had passed a few years back. We had a service for her here in the same location. Actually, we called her Heather Feather. And my friend Casey said that in meditation, Heather came to Casey and said to her, "Oh, don't worry. I'm still on mission. I can carry out my mission like 10,000 times more now where I am." And I'm sure that is so true for Barrett as well, that all that he did accomplish here, he can continue and bring forth even more. And so I'm so grateful for that, and grateful for all of you. I really want to stay connected with all of you who love him and honor him, because I think this will help with our own ability to carry forth all the potential that's there. So thank you for that. So this is my closing prayer. Dear God, help us know that your divine love is upon us all. We give thanks for all that Barrett brought to this earth, for all the love and learning he's taken with him to you. And may we all make the best use of what we've learned from him. May we all grow spiritually in awareness and understanding. And as we conclude our ceremony, we give our deepest thanks for the light that Barrett shined on us and our earth, how his light continues to shine within us and through us, and give thanks for his union with all that is, with the divine spirit. And we ask your blessing that we may go forth in living our lives with even greater awareness and appreciation and peace, and most of all, the embodiment and expression of our own divine love, light shining forth. Mahalo, aloha, amene. So Kiana's going to share another song. And if anybody else has some closing words, please feel free to. We're going to show you the altar table later. I know you can't really see it in the camera right now, but maybe we will now. Okay, thanks, Swingle. So much love to all of you, and we will stay connected. Mahalo.
Mahalo.
Sorry, but that's the closest I can get.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kaini. And thank you, Rainbow, for doing this wonderful live stream for everyone so we can stay connected out there. And all of you who are here physically, energetically, digitally, and of course, cosmically. I feel a lot of presence in here right now. So this song I feel embodies what Barrett did on Earth and what he inspired in all of us, which is to awaken to a truth and a oneness. He really did have a way of making every single person he was with feel like the most treasured essence in his presence. I feel that's what Buddha and Jesus and Mother Teresa and all these wonderful spiritual teachers also did, and what we can all do moving forward with everyone that we meet. We can spread the love that we are. And thank you, Casey and Bear. Appreciate you for also having the beautiful ceremony you had on Saturday. I shared on my page the link for that as well if you want to listen to that and watch that. Okay. I invite you again to take some deep breaths with me. And if you want to chant the chorus of this song with me as well, feel free. Awakening to the calling of still awakening in the flowering of the heart. Everybody melting into presence, overflowing, effervescent, rising in love. We are awakening to our love for God's memory. Awakening. Waves are coming in. Everybody stay. Heard that. Sorry about that. Yeah, I think it was too close. Okay, we'll try that again. If you want to sing the chorus with me, please feel free. It's Om Shanti Sachidananda. We are awakening to this perfect imperfection. Awakening in the oneness of it all. Everybody. I'm nervous now. Hold on. Can you hear me if I just talk? Yeah? Oh, they can't. Oh, hear me. I love you all. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Pat Mimi and Rainbow and everyone for being here online as well. Oh, where do I look? Over here. Yep, is this right? If I look this way? Yeah. Okay. And then I would love to share the altar with you guys. I don't know if we can't do that. Oh, okay. I'll just bring the boards over real quick. Okay. Oh, it's very windy. Okay, so we have one here. You know what would help is a flashlight. Do you have a phone flashlight? Here. Here. That's one. There we go. I think that, yeah, people could see that a little better. Thank you. So this is one of them. I found the pictures on his oh, okay, cool. You got it? I found the pictures on Barrett's page, and there were some from my camera as well. Some from when his parents were here. Here, can you hold this? Thank you. And then my friend Tony, I was like, it needs butterflies and hearts and flowers. So I was like, can you get stickers for this? So I spent the whole morning redoing things and making sure things fit with his beautiful quotes and his stickers. Yeah.
You did amazing.
Lot of love. Lot of love.
Very beautiful.
Yeah, it's so gorgeous.
I wanted to at least encompass in a small way all the amazingness that he was, which is really hard to do because it's impossible. But this is a small bit of it. But yes, thank you all so much. Infinite blessings and rainbow, snuggles and hugs. Unicorn blessings. Okay.
Thank you.
Any closing words from anyone? On the video or out here? We have still a little bit of time if you'd like to share.
Casey was writing in the comments about the beautiful collages, and they are amazing. And I would love to acknowledge the community that is gathered around Barrett and the extraordinary human beings that he has attracted into his tribe. I don't know if I've seen anything quite like that in any other area of my life. That's one of the things that whenever he talked about what was going on in Hawaii, I always kept thinking of that line, "I'll have what she's having" from When Harry Met Sally. Every time he talked about in Hawaii, I'm doing this with all my friends, and I would see photos of his travels, and I'm doing this with my friends, and I'm going here. I just thought I'll have what he's having because he's just living the life. And I was in the hospital a few weeks before Barrett, and we hadn't really been in touch with each other. And I remember laying in my hospital bed, and he came to mind. I was thinking of him, and I thought, because I was by myself in the hospital for most of the whole 8 days I was there. And I thought, God, I really wish I had the kind of circles and friends around me like Barrett has, because it's so extraordinary. And to watch how everyone in the community was with him and around him, and he was with all of you in life, to me is just another sign of a life well lived. But then it also deeply, deeply touched my heart and impacted me and will forever stay with me, is the tribe and how they were with him in his preparing to leave this plane. Because I took a training years ago with Daniel Brinkley, Compassion in Action. And in that training, they talked about how when you come to the earth, everyone is so excited to see you. There's all this big celebration, but how many people are with you and want to be with you at the end? And that touched me so much. And I have heard so many stories, and thank you, Halima and Gina and Dre, for so many beautiful stories of the experiences at the hospital. And you know, how many of us have a tribe that will come and massage us at the hospital and kiss every part of us and sing songs to us and tell us stories and be the doulas that help usher us into the next world. And I just am so touched by the beauty and the grace that everyone had and the space that they held for Barrett. It's just beyond words. It's just extraordinary. So I want to thank and acknowledge the community, both in Oregon and the family. And the Hawaii tribe.
Mahalo.
Because it's just extraordinary to have that kind of community nowadays, and it's so precious. So thank you all for everything that you gave him and supported him. I know he was a big giver and supported so many people, but I also know how much the tribe and community meant to him, and how special you all were, and how special the land there was for him, and how nourishing that was for him. And that just made my heart so happy for him.
Yes. Mahalo. I'll say that it was an honor and a blessing to be able to be with him in the hospital and visit him on a regular basis. And each of us who got, I made sure that there was at least one person who visited him every day in the hospital. And we brushed his hair and we sang to him. I I also am a singer and songwriter, so
Oh,
and we talked and laughed, and it was just a precious time together. Indeed, I was very blessed to have that time with him, and I think all of us felt that way. Who got to visit him in the hospital those way too many weeks that he was there.
that's what I was hearing, is that they were saying I was so blessed and I was so honored. And I thought, how many of us have those people in our lives who would be honored to be with you? And so just thank you so much. Heartbroken that I couldn't see him and that I couldn't be there with you all. But if I couldn't, I'm so glad that you all were there with him. I'm so glad. That makes my heart so happy. Thank you.
We loved him up. We did.
Yes, you did.
Okay, Amy, can I say something real quick?
Yes, please, Casey.
Okay. So Bear and I have been so blessed and impressed with the love and affection that has been shown to Barrett. It has been amazing to us to hear the stories of his travels, all the friends he's created. We always knew that he could make a friend out of a fence post. And even as a kid, he was like that. But to really, truly see the impact that he had on other people, and just know that he also spoke of a lot of you. Sometimes I've connected names that he said to me in the past, and now I have a face to go with that name. So know that he is also shared with how blessed he's been by his tribe, his friendships, his people that have poured into his life. Because don't mistake that he has only poured into you, but you have poured into him. And that's where this comes full circle. You can't bless someone else without being blessed yourself. So just know that you have done that for him and for us. And so I just thank you for sharing your stories. And I hope you will stay in touch with us and continue to, some of you are going to be easier to see than others, but just continue to share your memories and your things about him that you have loved and enjoyed, because it blesses us. And to be able to hear about the wild and crazy life he led, literally all over the Western Hemisphere. And we've always been proud of him, a little in awe of him, but knowing that he lived his very, very best life. And what more can you ask for your child, right? So blessings to all of you, and thank you for putting this service together, Kaimi and Kiana, and just everybody that's been involved. And I know it'll go out and people will be able to watch this later as it's recorded, but I just want you to know that you've been a blessing to us as well.
Mahalo, Casey. Grateful to be able to be. Well,
And these full moon energies by the ocean, nonetheless.
indeed. The moon has shined above the banyan tree. Yes. Oh yeah, you can't see the banyan tree, can you? It's gorgeous. It's fabulous.
Thank you, Casey.
Yes. So our friend in Right Wind would like to sing a Hawaiian song to close tonight. And it's called Aloha Oi. You may know it. But before he does, is there anyone else who'd like to say some closing words? Or oh yes, and Kiana has something to share as well before we have our closing song. Okay, we trade places.
Okay. Thank you. Hi again. So, blessed full supermoon eve to you all as well. And I have one of my favorite authors shares every full moon. And I read this morning and I thought, oh, that immediately made me feel into Barrett. And again, just something that I wanted to flow through for you all. It's the Taurus full moon tomorrow. A heart built to survive because it broke 1,000 times. A courage born from a spirit that never gave up. A path of slow growth that planted deep roots. A soul strengthened by the awakening and ready to rise. When the storm surge rose up, you were the ocean. When the tides turned, you became the wind. When the waves crashed, you embraced the silence that followed. You honored the river of your own healing, flowing towards an expanding horizon of possibility. Searching for where the light poured in, integrating the stories that came from from tired days and wistful nights. Now ready for the exhale. The ecstasy and the ache of it leveled you. It led you deeper into the abyss before it drenched you in love and returned you home to yourself, forever changed. Today, you celebrate all the richness this cycle gifted to you, holding a sacred space whilst you let the beauty of it dance through your soul and imprint in your heart all that is to be treasured. Your courage only got stronger. Your spirit only got brighter. Your goodbyes may be bittersweet, but the new path is calling you, and it's flooded with a radiant light. There's no room for regrets, only wisdom, born from fearless experience. Wisdom now entwined in your life force and shaping your tomorrows with reverence and grace. May the moon reveal your deepest truth, that you are infinitely worthy of freedom, love, and peace in your soul journey, and to know you're forever being guided home to your own sacred spirit to embrace this. I felt that was him talking to us about him and about all of us coming home to ourselves through the love that we are. So thank you. I love you, Barrett.
Kiana, that was absolutely beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And I wanted to share 10 invocations of light that Barrett wrote as we're concluding today. And as I read them, I wanted to acknowledge that these are his words, and he shares it for the healing, love, and upgrade for all. So these are the 10 invocations of light by Barrett. Number 1, I invoke the light of the universe to speak every word, make every choice, take every action, set every intention, give every blessing, and compliment and appreciate my life on my behalf to create my most fulfilling, abundant, creative, playful, and radically happy, loving reality as never before, as a blessing to all beings. 2, I invoke the light of divinity to recognize itself through me as never before, that I am now. And so it is. I am the light I am. 3, I invoke the light of love to inhabit, move, and express itself throughout every particle of my being, creating of me a doorway through which heaven's greatest blessings, love, miracles, and joy are shared with all I encounter for the upliftment of all. 4, I invoke the light of ecstasy to make itself enthusiastically known throughout all of my experiences, no matter what comes my way, for the benefit of all. 5. I invoke the light of abundance to flow into all aspects of my life, make every financial decision, and recognize through me the plenty of what is already here for the prosperity of all. 6. I invoke the light of beauty to see all beauty on my behalf in all people, places, circumstances, and events, and as the essence of all that is for the purity of all. 7. I invoke the light of joy to come alive in me as never before, serving all I encounter with the love, support, kindness, and compassion I already am for the salvation of all. 8. I invoke the light of wellness to nourish, hydrate, support, and care for this vessel of my consciousness on my behalf as never before for the help of all. 9. I invoke the light of the breath to move effortlessly through me with more depth, awareness, relaxation, and radiance than ever before for the well-being of all. 10. I invoke the light of compassion to see, feel, hear, and know all of my experiences on my behalf, giving rise to my highest virtue in every word and action taken on my behalf with greater compassion and purity than ever before for the peace of all. Those are the 10 invocations of light by Barrett.
And so it is.
Mahalo. That was so precious and beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that. That is definitely the gift of Barrett to us. Beautiful, beautiful place to end on. So, Right Wind, would you like to sing? Mahalo, everyone. So grateful for your presence. So grateful for your connection. So grateful for your love.
Aloha. My name is Raedwin Lee. This song is called Aloha Oi, which means love for thee. And it's actually a love song written by Princess Kaiulani before she became the queen. And she was in Maunawili, and she saw these two lovers saying goodbye to each other. And just then there was a rain cloud that fell over the cliffs, and the mist covered the beautiful flowers, the lehua flowers of the cliffs. Aheo I kauai na pali keni ai lai kana hele e uhai ana pahai kaliko ua hile hua ka aloha aloha e ke ona no I kalipo. One fond embrace, aho ia e au, until we meet again.
Mahalo Right Wind, that was written by our queen, Lilia Kalani, who was also a singer-songwriter. She wrote 150 songs while she was here on the earth plane. I'm thankful for her presence here, and thank all of the ancestors and all of the spirits of this land of aloha. We who get to live here are extremely blessed and grateful. And so happy to connect with all of you who can hopefully feel our aloha for you and connect with the beauty of the Aina. And please come visit. I live in a big house. Come visit me. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So again, I'll give space if there's anybody else who has something to share. And then we will say a hui ho, which is until we meet again. Mahalo. I will share the video. Thank you for being part of this. We are one in our love, and I give you all heart hugs. So thanks again for being here. Mahalo and aloha. A hui ho. Everybody here, a little louder. Mahalo.
Hui ho.
Hui ho. Until we meet again.
Hui hou.